This one's ripped to the roof from Pettersson.
For Matthews, a shot. Score! Austin Matthews.
Guess who just got there?
Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of Blood, Sweat, and Beers, the podcast. I am Dustin, and as always, I am joined by Marshall. Marshall, how are you?
Good to be back.
I know, week hiatus, but we're back.
Stronger and better than ever.
Yeah, for
With
sure.
Nick Whitney.
Oh, of course. So, we got a lot to get through today. We got 3 weeks to cover. We're not going to talk a whole lot about week 7 because it was a couple weeks ago. But there was one exciting matchup that took place. Marshall might not want to talk about it, might still be a little sensitive about it. But I think that people want this kind of content. It's kind of a funny story if you look back at it.
It's not funny.
Okay, well, I think it's funny. So
It's just, I just raped you, though. And you beat me by 2 shots.
yeah, so what happened was Marshall pretty much had his way with me the entire week long. We went to the Canucks game on Saturday night for your birthday, and Makar and McKinnon were just lighting it up as usual. Like, they were having the game of their lives. I think Makar had 4 assists. McKinnon,
yeah.
3 points, 2 goals.
It was awesome.
Power play points everywhere. I was just sitting there at Rogers Arena like, this sucks, man. I'm going to lose.
I had 6 goals and 14 assists in that one day.
Yeah,
It's more than, like, Jägermeister gets in a week.
So that kind of sucked, just sitting there knowing that I was going to lose. But, hey, it was 8-2 heading into Sunday. I repeat, 8-2. Marshall probably
Hang
thought
on.
he had this in the
Just
bag.
allow me to prerequisite this with saying that it was my fucking birthday, so I was absolutely hammered, and I never set my lineup. I had 2 matchup acquisitions left for Sunday, which is a rookie mistake for anybody listening in the league. If you have matchup acquisitions on Sunday, it's a rookie move. You should have used those for players playing. Anyways, I didn't use them. I fucked up. I lost by 2 shots.
So what happened was Sunday, I picked up Corey Crawford for a Sunday game.
Oh, yeah, that's what killed me,
That's
actually.
what got you.
I
So-
forgot.
so-
you picked up Crawford.
So
and...
Marshall was winning in all 3 goalie
Oh,
categories.
you had 0 wins.
I had 0. I had nothing, and I had terrible goalie numbers. But I pick up Corey Crawford, and he has the game of his life that Sunday. I think he stopped like 37 to 38 shots. Unreal numbers. Got the win. So right there, I snagged 2 goalie categories and tied him in the goalie wins.
Well, yeah, because Fleury pitched a shutout 6-0 in Calgary, not a big deal. And then Crawford and Chicago beat Buffalo 4-1. It's like, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
bang, bang, there you go, we tied in the one. So.
Yeah, so I had 2 of my goalies going in, and they both had the game of their lives. It was incredible.
Yeah, and like you didn't have enough goalie games, I don't think, really to matter. But then
Yeah.
obviously that got you it. And
Yeah,
it's just,
and then I passed you in shots, which was very close. Like, I just passed you in the 3rd period of the Vegas game, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Riley Smith got like 2 shots with 5 minutes left, and that put me ahead.
and I wasn't even watching. That's what sucks.
Yeah, so, and then I totally lit you up in the group chat. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like, how legit was that? That was pretty funny.
It was great. Just living my best life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and to do you dirty on your birthday like that, too. That
Yeah,
was...
but I absolutely like railed you in goals and assists. Like I had
Oh, dude,
40 assists,
you won
like,
all the sexy categories for sure.
and then you scrum together the fucking bottom 5 gross categories.
Yeah.
And throw them in. Literally every category. Okay, you know what? The goalie categories, they all really matter.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say that the goalie categories, that's the coolest, is obviously the wins. That's the best one. Your goalies are winning.
Yeah.
And then the scrub categories are goals against, save percentage. And then for players, it's shots and goal, time on ice, power play points. And guess who won all 5 of those?
Yeah, so I took the 5-4-1 victory. Coming back on a Sunday, talk about Sunday scaries for Marshall. Losing
8-2.
an 8-2 lead.
Yeah, that one hurt.
That's tough.
Anyways,
Yeah, moving on.
it was
it
a
happens.
regular week for everybody else real quick. I mean, the Chilikoffs obviously destroyed Bitch Pigeons.
Yeah.
Sparkies and Grabner by the Pussy had a battle of the bottom dwellers, which also landed a 5-4-1.
Yeah.
Sparkies took the win there. Jägermeister absolutely railed Spitters of Quitters for a
Ooh.
literal bottom feeder.
That's a tough look for
battle.
Tanner.
Yeah, his players played so awful. And then actually with
Yeah.
the new name of
I like it.
Hughes Your Daddy.
I like it.
Formerly Team Diorio, but Hughes Your Daddy beat Castronauts, which was
That's
Castronauts' first loss.
That's kind of an upset.
So that actually is, we have to mention that. And that was a good matchup. Like, those boys were slugging it fest, and it was like a difference of 4 shots. Like, it was, you know what, I'm going to actually mention it real quick. I have the stats in front of me, but it was 2 goals, it was 4 assists, it was tied in plus minus, it was 3 penalty minutes, it was 2 power play points, this hasn't updated properly, but I'm assuming this means it was 9 seconds difference, 4 shots, like that's ridiculous.
That's close.
That is ridiculous. And then the goalie categories, Castronauts definitely got let down by his goalies. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Good win for He's Your Daddy, though.
yeah, that's a clutch win to make himself really pop back up into the. He's definitely in the top 3 in this league.
Yeah, until I beat him last week. But
I mean, I'm gonna say this right now, off of week 7, going into week 8, I had the same record at Vancouver Sparkies.
ooh,
I had a losing record of 3-4. Honestly,
when you have as many wins as Sparky's does,
yeah,
that's,
I'm. You
that's
know,
not good,
I can
bro.
until I'm blue in the face, and we can say it now. I'm gonna. 3 of my 4 losses should not have been losses. I should not have lost to you. I should have not lost to Hughes Your Daddy or Diorio. I should have never lost those ones. And who's the other? Oh, Castronauts. I shouldn't have lost to Castronauts because I fucked up on a goalie pickup, and then I fucked up on my matchup pickups, and it's like 3 errors that cost me 3 weeks.
So you played yourself.
So I played myself. I tried to overcommit and.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Okay,
Hey,
week
numbers
8.
don't-
Fuck it.
The record doesn't lie,
Yeah,
bro.
Average Joe sucks.
Moving on to
out
week
of the
8.
top 5.
Okay, so our very first matchup that we'll talk about is yours truly, Yotes and Hose, and Hughes Your Daddy. Close matchup. My team was led by Ryan Suter, out of all people, with 5 points. Patrice Bergeron, 5 points as well.
Not a big deal.
Diorio's team was led by Sveshnikov and Elias Pettersson. Playing against Hughes Your Daddy when the Canucks power play is buzzing is not a fun experience.
It really gives you like McDavid Draisaitl flashbacks, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like I'm watching my own Washington Capitals power
it's
play,
like-
but they're playing against me and they all play for Vancouver.
yeah, and it fucks with your mind, hey, how other people have that same setup you have,
Yeah.
and you don't think you're that special anymore.
Yeah,
right?
I know. It's like everyone found the cheat code.
Well, literally, your exact setup is what Diorio has.
Like they were
Backstrom, Ovechkin, Carlson.
so the 2 forwards and the
Besser,
D, Pettersson
Pettersson,
and Hughes.
Hughes.
So he's figured it out. But yeah, when they were playing Nashville and the power play was just unreal, like 6 power play points in one game, like as
Oh my
if,
fuck,
as
yeah.
if. Like,
Not
I
a
can't
big
compete
deal.
with
Not
that.
a big deal.
So yeah,
So yeah, he obviously beat you in power play points. But let's just talk about how you like to scrum out those 5-4 victories. Like, is this going to be a pattern for the Yotes and Hose? Is this how you really want to win the championship?
consistency. I will consistently win, but it might not be pretty. But you know what? A win is a win, and who cares?
You know
when
the-
I'm in the playoffs and other people aren't, because my 5-4 wins, you think I care? No chance.
The only reason you won, though, is because your team just all of a sudden decided to get you just that little extra. It's
So-
like, you know,
so actually-
that's depth, I guess.
So I almost had some Sunday scaries in this
3
week.
seconds.
Yeah, so I
OT.
pretty much I'm winning 5-4-1.
You know what? Actually, I want to mention this one too, because this exact game you were watching for
Yeah.
your Sunday Scaries was the same as my Sunday
Dude,
Scaries.
this is a scary game
Okay,
for
so
a lot of people.
We'll go in. First of all, we'll just say quickly that I also won 5-4-1, and I handed Chilliwack Offs their first loss. Not a big deal. But I wanted to mention mine quick, so then I can mention why this game was so scary for your team and mine.
Yes.
So you go yours first, and then I'll say mine. The exact same fucking game.
Okay, so
ruining
I'm
my
I'm
life.
5-4-1 in this game, right? I had most of the goalie categories, I think.
2 out of 3.
Yeah.
One was a tie. So
Hughes Your Daddy picks up James Reimer on Sunday to try to get those goalie categories. It was close because James Reimer played an unreal
pitched a
game.
shutout.
I mean, he was playing Detroit, so that's a great pickup. Vet move, Chris. Very good.
Yeah.
This kid ain't no rookie. I mean,
Detroit-
he is, but he doesn't play
yeah,
like one.
Detroit's trash.
Yeah, so good pickup
So
there.
that pulled him into a tie for the goalie categories.
Yeah, and then And then he had, in the last game, the Edmonton-Arizona game, he had Clefbaum. And Clefbaum is an absolute workhorse. And all he does, he plays like 25 minutes a game. So I had a little bit of a cushion in time on ice,
And then-
but here comes Clefbaum. And
then guess what goes in the
every
overtime?
every shift, this time on ice difference gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Sure enough, I'm like, okay, if this game doesn't go into overtime, I think I might win by like 1 second. And then Edmonton ties it in the third period, and I'm like, oh god, this is going into overtime. And of course, it goes the whole 5 minutes, and Clefbaum like plays literally the entire overtime, and I squeak out with 3 seconds to spare. If he would have won that, he would have won 5-4-1. It wouldn't have tied. He would have won. So I would have lost the week. So I won this week by 3 seconds, and I mean, let's see what ESPN does. You know how they like to screw me over. They could add 5 seconds onto Diario's time 5 days later. You never know.
We'll have to check it on
I'm not
Friday.
completely in the clear here. We'll see. If it by next weekend, I've
Until
still
the
won
finals,
this
he's not in the clear.
week. Yes. So
But-
do the right thing, ESPN. Now,
Don't fuck.
do you want to
Dusty.
talk about your week?
Okay, so here's the thing too. So I blew all my pickups and I had my deal, and I had 4 players playing on the Sunday. So irrelevant players, but I didn't get a lot. I got 4 assists from my boys, but I was already raping Cole in the assists.
Yep.
But Cole had 3 empty slots in his roster.
Yeah.
So I'm playing basically a full Chilliwack Offs team. And I was doing well. I was ahead from like quite a bit actually, like everything.
Yeah.
And then we were battling that plus minus back and forth and back and forth. Like I was plus 20, he was plus 7, I was plus 15, he was plus 17. Like we fluctuated a lot. It was super exciting actually to watch. And then it ended up being tied, plus 10, plus 10. And I have no more players playing. And he's got the Arizona Edmonton game. I'm just going to mention one name. He has fucking Connor McDavid playing.
Yeah, literally.
So, murders row. He has Connor McDavid, Zach Cassian. There's 2 big minutes guys on the first line in Edmonton. And then I believe for Arizona, he had Jason Demers and whatever that guy's name, Jacob Churchan.
Chikrin?
Chikrin, whatever the fuck it is.
Not a names podcast.
No, fuck. I don't do reading.
Marshall can barely read.
No, I'm the math guy. You're the reader.
Marshall reads at about a 5th grade level. Y'all didn't know that.
Not a big deal.
It's true story.
City worker, didn't go to college. So anyways, I'm like, my time on ice was not much more. Like I was at 2023 and he was like at 1958, and then it was like McDavid's playing, so in the overtime, and we're tied in plus minus.
How did McDavid not score in overtime?
So we're tied in plus minus, and he is down by 1 goal. So we're tied in plus minus. He's down by 1 goal and down by 1 power play point.
Yes.
So it's like that's McDavid's specialty.
Oh my!
A minus.
You could have got lit up, and he had Cassian too.
And Cassian.
Okay,
I was down by 4. I was up by shots, and Cole pulled out the shots in the end and got up by 4.
But can I just say, in the third period, there was about 2 minutes left, and Cassian almost bingoed from the slot with 2 minutes left. There's +2 for him. That he would have won that category. That's a goal for him too. It would have tied. You would have been done. Even if he wins the plus minus, he would have won.
Yeah.
So in overtime, when this thing goes to overtime and Connor McDavid is on the ice, just trying to get that plus.
That cut-in he did, and he almost roofed it. That was his bread and butter, and he missed.
So your week came down to Connor McDavid not scoring in overtime for the plus minus.
To Connor McDavid playing with Clefbaum and Draisaitl, trying not to score on the Arizona Coyotes.
In overtime. And they didn't for that 5 minutes. So when you saw that game to go to shootout, you must have just been popping bottles, man.
Cole texted me right away, good week. I'm like, good win. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, I was watching
I couldn't imagine a more stressful situation than that 5 minutes.
It's McDavid, and he's down by 1.
He literally, he's involved in the Edmonton goal every single overtime.
Literally. But
you got away unscathed.
I scraped it out. And,
you're so lucky, man.
Yeah, and like that's just it. Is like for other guys probably watching, like Castro absolutely steamrolled Jägermeister 9-1. Like all these other matchups, other than Spitters and Quitters and Grabner, which was just stupid, 4-4-2, random ass ties.
Yeah.
But it was like there's a Pitch Pigeons one, cool, but nothing was really close or interesting other than it was like dare I say it, I mean, sorry, Castronauts, I'm leaving you out. Obviously, you'll be there, but it's like that's gonna be the playoff fight right there.
Yeah.
It's like say if like it's gonna come down between these 4 teams to make it to the
Yeah.
finals because I think Castronauts will, unless there's an upset, will make the finals, or at least he's making playoffs for sure.
Castro? Well, yeah, he's gonna beat me in the first round. Remember?
But, that's just you though.
Can't wait, man. I can't
then
wait.
I'll beat him in the
Actually,
finals.
I have structured my team a little differently since I got beat by Castro.
Yeah, you don't really.
All of a sudden, my team is a little more competitive against him now because I've addressed the issues in the categories that I knew he would win. Now the variance isn't so much, and all of a sudden we might have a competitive series. Kevin, see you first round, buddy.
I can't
That's
wait.
my whole purpose of my season is just to meet
That's
him in the
literally
first
what you
round
should
and,
just
and actually try and beat him.
Rename your team Castronauts.
First round,
like, Castronauts Killer or something. Like, just that's your goal now. You don't care about winning this league anymore. You just want to beat the Castronauts.
See ya in late March, buddy. It's
Oh,
on,
God.
Castro.
gonna
Okay,
be
so yeah,
intense.
do we really need to talk about anything else about Week 8?
No,
There was two really good matchups and 3 really boring ones.
Yeah, like I mean, there wasn't any real super
Ooh,
big
can
standouts.
I mention one thing? So Castro, he was led by Draisaitl. No surprise there. If I would have looked at the stats, Draisaitl has probably led his team every single week so far.
Yeah, him and McDavid have.
I think he's
they're-
got almost 50 points, and we're two
They
and a
do.
half months into the season. But another player that he was led by was Pierre-Luc Dubois. 5 points, waiver pickup by
Good
Castro.
drop there, Brady.
And then Kevin, actually, buddy.
No, Brady dropped him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Brady dropped him for nothing, and like another bonehead move by
Yeah.
grabbed her by the pussy.
And I believe Dubois was a Blood, Sweat, and Beers free agent frenzy
He was.
player that we targeted.
Yeah,
And then Castro picked him up, like the good player that he is.
I
So
mean-
yeah, so if your team is being led by players that you picked up off waivers, that's such a Kevin Castro move. Not even surprising. And that we'll mention another player that Castro picked up a little later on.
I might even cornish that as a Marshall Anderson move. Like that, waiver players are my specialty, man. They keep every time I pick them up, they're getting points.
Yeah.
So I got a magic touch for waiver players, but
How's David Krejci doing? Lighting it up right now.
yeah, he's still. I mean, obviously with I don't know, is Bergeron out or something, or do you not want to talk about it?
No, we don't have to talk about that right now. But Bergeron's an interesting player. He'll play 65 games a year, but he'll still get like 80 points or 85 points.
Oh,
Very
dude.
very unique situation they have
Man,
in Boston.
I could put up some points with the team he's playing with.
Yeah, very interesting.
Very
Okay,
interesting.
so we're gonna tee up Week 9 here. That was a wrap on Week 8. Good week, some exciting stuff. On to Week 9. First matchup we could mention. How about heavyweight tilt? Chilliwack Offs versus Yotes and Hose.
Heavyweight. tilts.
Yeah, so
mean,
I'm going for my 6th win. Cole's going for his 5th. Sorry, I leapfrogged him in the standings. I'm 2nd now.
Well, yeah,
Very
'cause
pumped
he
about
got his first loss, and you guys are literally like ties away from each other. It's
Yeah,
funny.
literally. Yeah.
6-1-1, 6-5-1-2, 4-1-3. Like,
So I'm a little nervous for so he's got that 1-2 punch of McDavid and Pasta.
yeah.
But
and
if they don't beat me alone, I think I have a pretty good chance of winning this matchup.
so the things you got to look out for this week for you is you got to look out for Zibanejad is back.
yeah,
got a
he
goal
he
tonight
was
already.
lighting me up tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, Zibanejad is back. The thing that is heavily in your favor right now is Detroit is in the shitter. Thank you for Couture and now, Cole, for Larkin. Detroit's in the shitter right now, and so is Florida. Barkov and Huberdeau. I mean, Barkov's still putting up assists here and there. It's like, but they're not putting up a fuck ton of points right now. I could be mistaken. I think they're maybe putting up 1, maybe 2 points per game. Like Huberdeau, I think, yeah. So Huberdeau went silent for 2 games last week. Yeah, he got an assist tonight. Yeah, I mean, he still got 30 on the year. Not a
He's
big
gonna
deal.
get his points. He's gonna get his points.
But they're a little cold right now for their kind of production. And like Barkov, I mean, again, he put up an assist tonight, but he was 2 games nothing. So it's like
yeah.
that was us for last week. For me, that was nice.
Yeah.
But the first time they're playing against you, they're getting points again.
And I believe I know McDavid only plays 3 games this week. Doesn't play 4. Pretty
Yeah.
appreciative of that. Pasta, I think he's got 3 games as well. We just played tonight as we
And he
record
played-
on Wednesday.
And he played last night.
Okay. Well, last night he got a hat trick, so
Yeah, last night he
forget that. But
he
tonight,
didn't score at all tonight.
one of the 3 games this week, Pasta, no points, only 2 shots, no power play points, nothing.
Yeah.
19 minutes of ice time. I got away unscathed there. I like that. That's 33% of the Pasta damage that he can do. No points. I'll take that. My goalies are playing really good so far. I'm up to a 6-1-3 lead. I'm looking good in all the sexy categories so far. I'm looking good in shots. Goalies are playing great. Chilak off, surprisingly, doesn't get a lot of average time on ice.
Yeah, no, they're always.
So I
down
don't really
a
have
bit,
to.
so
I don't have to sacrifice loading up on D-man. I can kind of.
go for the sexy.
I can go for the sexy categories and pick up players that are maybe like a Dylan Strome that doesn't play a lot, but he might get a lot of points. So, I think I'll be all right this week. We'll see what happens. It's still early. Anything can happen on the weekend. We got a heavy schedule on Friday and Saturday, so we'll see. But yeah, this will be a good win for me because if you're unaware, I'm on the 3rd leg of my Murderers Row right now. I played Average Joe's. I won that. I played Team Diorio, won that matchup too, and now I'm playing Cole. So those are 3 really tough opponents. Also, I don't have Mitch Marner for a while now, so
4 more weeks.
Mitch Marner went down right at the beginning of this hectic 3-game schedule against really good players that I have, and I've won all of them so far. And I'm playing some really bad teams coming up after Cole. So I think if I get through this 3-0, that's incredible. I'm pretty pumped about that. So
If I can get through any 3 games in a row, 3 weeks in a row, 3-0, I'm impressed. I don't care who
Yeah.
the opponent is.
yeah, so
There's so many variables that come into effect, and it's just ridiculous. Every
Yeah.
team actually is competitive for a bit. Like right now, my matchup, I'm losing.
yeah, oh yeah.
Midweek, and I'm losing.
You want to dive into your
yeah,
matchup?
we'll go to mine.
So we got Average Joe's against Grabner by the Pussy. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take the undercover wagon off Grabner by the Pussy because his team actually kind of sucks. You can't be 8 weeks into the season and have 1 win and be a wagon.
No, and he does give us a hard time because the players he needs come out. JT Miller scored 2 for him
Yeah,
tonight.
he's a good
Tavares
player.
finally got another 2 points, which I don't think he's really got any points since I traded him to Brady.
Yeah.
But Holtby's fucking playing unreal.
But 1 win in 8 games, not wagon status. Sorry, Brady.
Do you know what's actually funny is now that I just look at my phone, I just noticed that Brady moved and sat Martin Jones for tonight.
Attaboy, wagon status back on.
But Martin Jones has won his last 2 with a save percentage of over 900. He's been playing
That's
really
when
well.
and then he'll let in 8 goals after that. He'll just
Against Winnipeg,
he'll
though?
tease you, man. He's
Against
a tease.
Winnipeg?
He's a tease. And then all of a sudden, old Martin Jones will
I
be
mean-
back. Better off just sitting him. Better
Yeah,
off just sitting him.
I guess he is 1 goalie win up on me, so I guess he's trying to play it easy.
Dude, if you somehow lose the goalie categories to Martin Jones, that's a
Nah,
tough look.
jump off a bridge. But no,
Yeah.
anyways, I got Grubauer now in a trade that we'll mention later. So I got rid of Carter Hutton. So I got some. My goalie is Darcy Kemper, arguably the hottest goalie in the league. I got Grubauer, who just came back off injury, and Colorado's playing great hockey right now, and Vasilevsky, who is trade bait / will he figure it out sometime soon?
Yeah.
here? Anyways, but it's goalie categories I should have Brady, but who knows? He's having a good starting day here. Matthews didn't do anything really for me, even though they won 6-0, and Malkin had a huge game today with 5 points.
Yeah.
But Malkin is definitely stepping up now that Crosby is out.
Yeah, that worked out well for you, eh?
Oh, I'm so happy it did because I was nervous. But yeah, no, and McKinnon's playing right now, and Makar. So, fucking.
I think you'll be fine.
I think I'll be okay. It's gonna be. Obviously, I'd like it to be a little bit different now.
You'd love to be smashing him on
I'd like to be,
by Wednesday, but you might have to wait till Friday.
I might even have to wait till the weekend to this one. I think I might just pull ahead, and all of a sudden it'll be 9-1.
Yeah.
Depending on how my boys do tonight.
Yeah,
But
I could see that happening. All right, so we'll talk about how about a Rain City Bitch Pigeons and Spitters or Quitters matchup.
yeah, this one is
Shane's gotta win this one.
Yo,
man. Shane, you gotta win this.
But you know what is we gotta stroke Tanner off a bit.
Yeah.
His team has gotten a lot better. He's done some good moves.
Yeah.
So I want to quickly mention like all the moves Tanner, like, cause it's been 2 weeks. So really quick, just looking at his team, I don't know if I 100% remember actually everything. He added Brent Burns, he added Carlson, he added Crosby, like he
Yeah.
added Rupe Hintz is back, like he added Chara who got a goal tonight, like he's made a couple good trades recently.
Yeah, you know what? I remember we were hanging out on Friday night, and Tanner says, hey, put some respect on my team. And I was like, well, Tanner, your team sucks. And he's like, and he listed out some players to me, and I'm like, he listed out like 5 or 6 players, and I'm like, maybe your team is actually not bad. Let's lift off some players that Tanner has. Brad Marchand, like second or third overall scoring leader in the whole league.
Yeah.
You guys unreal. 7 points last week. How are ya? The Breadman, Panarin. Ever heard of him? Rantanen's coming back. He's got Brent Burns. That guy was the 5th overall pick.
Yeah.
Not bad. He scores more points than most of my forwards. Eric Carlson, pretty decent player. He's got Sid on his team too. In his goalie, he's got Jordan Binnington and
Jacob Marchand.
and
He's playing
Marchand.
unreal. He's just, I believe, out for personal reasons.
Yeah. So
Thomas Greiss also isn't anything to shake a stick at either. Like
undercover wagon stats.
undercover wagon. See, Kevin called it. He called that he thinks that Tanner's going to be a hard time in the group chat, and it's just Tanner's making some moves because he got tired of looking at his team. His team's not very.
Well, he probably
deep.
got tired of being depressed every time he looked at his fantasy hockey
Yeah,
team.
but I mean,
And he made some changes.
Got to give him some credit.
Yeah.
But hey, whatever.
Maybe he hasn't fallen like too far behind through the first 2 months. Maybe there's still a chance he sneaks into the last spot.
He's got to make noise now.
Yeah, he's got to start winning.
It's got to be now more than ever.
Yeah, and same for Shane in this matchup too. You got to start winning too. If you want to be part of the playoff picture, you got to put away teams like Tanner, and you got to get closer to 500. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I think this is gonna be a pretty even matchup. They're tied right now, 3-3-4 as we record this on Wednesday night, and I think we'll move on to another
it's
matchup.
all super close.
So
Good matchup,
how about we move on to
This
we
one's
can just touch on this one, Sparkies and Castronauts.
So I mean, it's close right now, but
I don't see it being close for much
I
longer.
mean, Sparky's does have a shit ton of shots. Actually, that is a lot. But anyways, no, this one it's gonna be Castronauts.
Yeah, Castro will probably catch up to him English, because he's the SOG king.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sexy categories are pretty close. I think Castro will pull away on the weekend in this one. I don't see Sparky's winning. But if he does, hey, good for him. That works out for both of us.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah, okay, so that's enough of that matchup. Last one we'll talk about. Hughes Your Daddy and Jägermeister.
Again, shout out to Team Diorio for coming up with a cool name.
Yeah. I mean, last person to have a generic name was Marshall. That worked out pretty well for him.
Yeah, I mean,
his team was good, but creativity not great.
I mean, I just went with Team Anderson because it struck fear in all your guys' souls when you played me.
Yeah, I mean, speak for yourself. But,
I wasn't afraid of myself. I was too busy winning the league.
Alright, whatever. Okay, so...
Not a big deal.
Hughes Your Daddy right now, up 8-2. I think he's just going to smash Kyle Brown. You think anything otherwise?
No. This is...
Jägermeister sucks.
This is done.
Yeah, not a very exciting team. Well, yeah, I think with all the firepower that Chris has on his team, I don't think this one's going to be close. And I think if anything, Tanner will get his second win and be tied, and won't be in last place anymore. There'll be a tie for last place, and that's not a spot that you want to be.
Especially after we come up with our punishment.
Yeah, talk about that. So,
technically speaking, they're actually tied for last place. Oh no, I guess he's down by 1 point.
Well, technically, Brady only has 1 win too.
Yeah, Brady's got 3 ties though. They're making him semi-relevant.
Yeah. Okay. So, you see any upsets gonna happen this week?
Not a
right
lot.
now, as we look on Wednesday night, Sparky's Castro. I think Castro will win that by the end. I don't see Brady beating you, even though he has a 6-4 lead. And Jägermeister, I don't see that ever happening, beating Chris. So, yeah. Okay, on to the segments now. So first segment, we're going to do Free Agent Frenzy. There's a couple of things that I want to mention first. Not necessarily players that are on the free agent, that are on waivers right now, but just really good moves by some fantasy owners in this league. First off, we talked a little earlier about Castronauts picking up Dubois right off waivers, and he's one of the leading scorers on his team. That was a great pickup. Well, what do you know? Castronauts does it again and picks up John Klingberg. So Klingberg, he's on the Dallas Stars, and most of all of the Dallas Stars had a pretty rough start. And Klingberg got hurt, and who dropped him? I think Jägermeister dropped him. That seems like something he would do.
No, it was Cole.
Oh, Cole dropped him, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, amateur move. But yeah.
He was injured for
Yeah, facts. True. But no one picked him up in time. You know who was there to swoop in and pick him up just as he came off the IR? Kevin Castro.
Well, I didn't want him. I knew he was coming back. And Kevin literally texted me and been like, how do you make these trades happen? I just have to eat a couple of weeks of injury. And I'm like, and I thought about it for a second. I'm like, yeah, Klingberg's injured right now. Oh, he must be picking up Klingberg.
Oh, but Kevin is always on the ball. This guy never sleeps. This guy is always woke, man. He always woke. He always picks these players up. So good
Almost
pickup.
like he doesn't work a day job or something.
Yeah, so he picked up
His
Klingberg.
day job is fantasy, I think.
Yeah, maybe that's why he's so good.
Yeah.
And then a player that I picked up was Anthony Duclair. Ottawa, not a complete dumpster fire this year. They're actually a couple points out of a playoff spot. They have more points than the Tampa Bay Lightning, I will say. And one player that is leading the charge is Anthony Duclair. Any comment on Duclair, Rodney? No? Okay. Okay. So yeah, anyways, he's on pace for 30 tucks this year. He's got 10 goals. I think he's on the first line on that Ottawa team, and he's buzzing right now. So I think
he looks good.
I think he was a good pickup. He plays a lot, gets a lot of shots. He's an awesome player. Gets points, everything. Yeah, I think he was a good pickup. I don't think he'll be play and then put on waivers player. I think he might stick around for a little while in Yotes. So that was a good pickup by me. Thank you. Pat myself on the back. And then there's a player that I want to talk about. A player that has been on the waiver wire for a long time, and this is Gustafsson. I remember this guy had, I think, over 50 points last year on Chicago. He was a very desired player going into the draft. I had my eyes on him. I was going to pick him pretty high. Chilak Jägermeister picked him. Talk about a bad draft pick, because Gustafsson is brutal. So I just want to say shout out to Jägermeister for that pick, because I was going to pick him and I think you snagged him right before me, and he is a absolute bust. So thanks Jägermeister. Two more players. Well, there's always the Halak or Robin Lehner on Sundays. These guys are my go-to goalies on Sundays. Yeah. Halak, he played last night against the Habs.
Last night and he pitched fucking a killer game.
Yeah, this guy's awesome. If you ever get a chance to get Halak starting against a semi-bad team or even like an average team, that's guaranteed good numbers and a guaranteed win. So always stay woke for Halak. Robin Lehner on Sundays is usually good for a win and some good numbers. And then another thing that kind of...
Actually, sorry, I just want to add on to that for goalies pick up, Antti Ranta.
Yeah, I had this marked down here too. Watch for the Arizona tandem.
Yeah.
They have kind of a 1A and 1B system here. And when Darcy Kemper's not playing, when he's not getting wins from Marshall, Antti Ranta is going to play. And the Yotes are a legitimate wagon. They're a really good team this year. They don't give up a lot of goals. And usually their goalies have incredible games. So keep an eye out for that Arizona tandem. If you can get Antti Ranta... maybe pick him up for a game or two, do it, because he'll get some good numbers. Good move by Jägermeister on this one though. Picked up Ranta for tonight's game against the Ducks. The Ducks are not great, and he's probably going to be rewarded for that. So way to stay on the ball there, Kyle.
And then just because I let you say that much, and now I'm going to shit on you, Antti Ranta didn't even play tonight. He went home with a sickness. So
Okay,
Kemper
well,
played.
I should have. My insiders never got back to me tonight.
Yeah,
Then.
I'm here for you. And Kemper
But hey, the
played,
thought was there.
Kemper is on my team,
Yeah.
and he is doing very well right now
Yeah.
with a 1 goal against halfway through the game. But unfortunately, I didn't even play him.
Yeah.
I have Vasilevsky.
Well,
and
your sources
Grubauer.
probably never got back to you tonight either.
No, and I think I legitimately have to start considering when I have all 3 goalies playing, not playing Vasilevsky.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird to think about. Vasilevsky is 100% open, leading to the next segment of Trade Bait.
Nice segue, Marshall.
Just coming through hard. So,
definitely isn't your first podcast.
no,
eh?
moving on from the goalies and talking about all the pickups right now. We'll think of more, and you guys all have your own watch lists.
Yeah.
But Trade Bait for Average Joes. Just saw a couple names out there. If any will stick with anybody, they great. Newly acquired William Karlsson. I will entertain offers for him. And maybe a package going with Vasilevsky. And possibly a Matt Barzal or Tom Wilson. These are just a couple names on my team that I would have available at anybody's convenience. Across the league, I know there's certain players like some people that are sending some questionable trades. Like, I think that's the Castronaut's best way. Because, I don't know, did you get a Kane and Taves for something trade?
No.
Oh, yeah, no. I don't know what he thinks Taves... yes, you got rid of Taves. Why would he send him back to you?
traded Nuge for Taves. Like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, that's literally... So far, that is the most questionable trade of the year for me.
Yeah.
Like, what was Castro thinking? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, were you not dropping Taves, like, the next day?
I was going to literally put him to waivers the next day. And then I get this trade proposal from Castro, and it's like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for Jonathan Taves. And I look at him like,
Hell, yeah.
like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
like I was going to drop him to
How
waivers
quickly do
tomorrow,
I
but
get this trade to go
yeah,
through?
smashing the accept button. So, yeah, a player that I have for trade bait is Patrice Bergeron.
You ever heard of him?
Yeah, he's a great player. He'll get you 85 points this season, no problem. Plays on the best line in hockey. I just don't like Bruins players, so I'm a big Habs fan, so I can't really have this guy on my team.
Is this what we're pretending or reasoning is?
Shut up. Look, I just don't like Bruins, okay?
Yeah, he's playing with his heart.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
So that's why he can no longer be on my team. Another player that's trade bait for my team
Mitch
is...
Marner.
No,
Mitch
he's going to
Marner's
come
available.
back and start lighting it up. You can't have Mitch Marner. But if you want Mitch Marner, you better make a massive package for him because he's a stud. And now he's got a new coach. He's going to be buzzing. So the other player that I had was Elias Lindholm. He's going to have a new coach as well because his current coach is racist and is actually Rodney's favorite coach as well. No surprise there. So... yeah, Lindholm.
Rodney's
I
boy.
got my I got my Calgary Flame Johnny Gaudreau, so I don't really need Lindholm now. He's expendable. And
do
you
you
want to
really
just touch on that trade,
Do
Marshall?
you really think you won that trade?
I mean, the jury is still out, but I believe that I won that trade for sure, and I'll tell you why. I'll
And-
give you 15 seconds right now of my reasoning. So, William Karlsson, he at best is an 80-point guy. He's playing really well right now on this Vegas Golden Knights team. And him and Johnny Gaudreau literally have the same amount of points. And Gaudreau is scuffling along. He's playing terrible. So I traded someone who's playing really well, who has certain amount of points for someone who has the same amount of points but is playing awful and is going to get a new coach here right now. So he's going to be buzzing as well. So I think by the end of the season, when Gaudreau has that, he kind of has that positive correction in his game where he gets back to his normal self and starts getting the same amount of points as he usually does, this trade is going to be a complete laugher in the couple months. There's still 3/4 of the season left. I can't believe you gave up on him already. There's still like 6 months left, and I'm gonna have him for the playoffs too. And you know what you're gonna get from Karlsson. Yeah, he's gonna get you some points right now while Gaudreau might be struggling, but near the end of the season, he's gonna have a ceiling of 75, 80 points, whereas Gaudreau will be a 1.5 per game player. So I think this one's gonna be a complete laugher in a couple of months.
That was a lot longer than 15 seconds.
Sorry, but I'm passionate about it, and I'm just happy because you're always the one raping people in trades, and now it's my turn, bro.
You
And this is awesome.
No, without a shadow of a doubt, you won the trade.
Boom.
But that's not. I made it. I knew you were winning it, and I still made it. So obviously, I had a reason. So the reason I did what I did is because yes, Johnny Gaudreau is struggling now, but I'm about at the point where I need results now. Because I'm not
True.
even I'm a 500 record. I'm 4-4. Like I gotta win weeks now. So I didn't have time to wait for a player like Johnny Gaudreau. And whereas the upsides of Carlson, yeah, he's on the first line. He's on the first power play. He's on 1A and 1A in the power play. He's with Marcia, so he's getting the points. He's doing way better than Gaudreau right now. So I need the results now. So I got rid of Gaudreau and got an equal player that I could get that would be the closest to him at the end of the season that was good right now.
I think we both got what we needed here. I was definitely
You got depth for later?
negotiating from a position of strength because I'm not really panicking right now because I have such a good record already.
Yeah, so
but you're
I just-
right. You do
I'm
need
not
wins right now.
But I needed.
You
to make
need
a
some
little
wins
movement
now.
right
Let's be real. So, yeah, I think we both got what we needed there. I think we only got a couple more things to talk about here.
We actually have a couple more trades too. I want to mention
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
we
let's
never
go.
did talk about another one.
There are some blockbusters here. Let's talk about them.
Yeah, Tanner. We never talked about any of the moves he's been making. So I'm gonna quickly mention the moves Tanner's made this past couple weeks. So he traded. I don't know what the hell this was, but he traded Sebastian Aho, Thomas Chabot, and Mark Stone for Evgeny Kuznetsov, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and Brent Burns. So after we're chirping his defense, and all of a sudden, look at his defense now. He has the best D in the league because he also traded Matthias Ekholm and Jeff Petrie, two good D-men, and then he flipped Kuznetsov and Thomas Hertl and grabbed David Perron, Zdeno Chara, Erik Karlsson, and Sidney Crosby.
What a baller, man.
So he pulled up quite a few, and he got Karlsson right before San Jose started going hot. I mean, Karlsson hasn't really been doing anything during it, but
You
still.
know the potential is there.
Yeah, so Tanner did some great fucking moves.
Tanner loves the action.
Yeah, he likes the trades for the sake of trades, but there's one that I did a while back with Cole, the Logan Couture for Dylan Larkin. I know we never talked about it on the podcast, but I feel like that kind of speaks for itself. How much
You got Couture, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you got Couture at the perfect
and
time.
I got Couture right when he was hot.
Yeah,
I did trade him, but I got
Okay, but you would have got a good haul for him back.
Yeah, I got Philip Grubauer, Johnny Gaudreau, and Rickard Rakell. So I got a little bit. We're kind of making trades to make trades, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tanner made some real good moves. Obviously, Yotes did their first trade of the year with Nuge and Taves,
Yeah.
and then second trade right away with Karlsson and Gaudreau. And
Yeah, I just had to, get the first one.
yeah,
over
I just
with,
gotta
and-
wait in the
And
water
you know
to-
what? I was patient. I wasn't gonna make a trade just for making a trade because those
Those are the ones.
those
that
ones
kill ya.
don't work out for me.
That's
and
what
those
Cole
ones,
and I did.
Yeah, those ones always kill me. So patience.
Cole made a trade just to make a trade when he accepted Larkin for Couture, and I'm
Yeah.
like, done.
Yeah, like
Larkin hasn't gotten a point since I traded him.
Yeah, so I'm
But
down
he's-
with being
he's still a stud,
patient, and I think
obviously.
it's gonna work out for me long term. I like your deals. I like my deals. I think everyone's. I think this is good. Good stuff.
There's guys that still like Castro. I never did finish that trade actually that I was talking about earlier. Castro sent me a trade. Kane and Taves. Kane's doing well.
Yeah, Kane is on
Yeah, and-
fuego right
And
now.
Taves, I think Kane and Taves for Sagan and McKinnon.
That's a waste of your time. bro.
Like I felt
So
dumb reading
waste
it.
of your phone battery life.
Well, it's and some of the trades he was sending me was Matthews and Makar.
I
and
only
I'm
thought Tanner did these kind of things.
No, and it was. I think it was because Kevin's how the fuck do you get these trades? He texted me after Jägermeister accepted my trade because I still don't think I raped Kyle nearly as much. Yes, he basically traded Raquel, Gaudreau, and Grubauer for Timo Meyer and Logan Couture, which obviously I win that trade. But yeah, it's Castro texted me, how the fuck do you get these trades? So I think he's trying to send trades that he thinks are the same, but I'm like, dude,
He's probably wondering why these things happen to other people. I'm gonna try them out for myself.
Yeah, but it's
why
like-
don't they happen to me? Why do they only happen to Marshall?
there's a line, buddy.
But
there's a line.
There is a line that
Like, you are fucking playing jump rope with that line, and you're just gonna get laughed at. There's no results that are gonna come.
you get lit up on the podcast for
Fucking-
those kind of offers.
Oh yeah, and Tanner is just like, and I love too how like Shen posted in the group chat about me trading him Goudreau, and it's like, I sent like 4 trades with Goudreau, and I think I sent like the same one 6 times just because one night I was doing it, and then I literally ended up with fucking 4 trades right away from Castronauts and 2 from Yotes and Hose, and fucking everybody's trying to get Goudreau. Like, he's offering me Getzlaf and Pierre-Luc Dubois, his accidental pick, and Getzlaf.
And waiver.
And a waiver
Accidental
pickup.
pick and a waiver
And
pickup.
a waiver pickup for Johnny Gaudreau, and it's like, I was very confused.
Yeah.
But hey, it got you Johnny Gaudreau because we came to a deal, so.
Yeah, I'm glad we made at least one deal this year.
Yeah, I probably.
A deal that both parties was happy with.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
for now.
I could have gotten more most likely. If from you even, I might have been able to scrape like a little bit better of a player for Johnny Gaudreau, but I was happy with Carlson.
Yeah, he's a great
But
player. Just,
hopefully it doesn't bite me in the ass, but who knows.
if it does, oh well.
I deserved it.
You got a lot of players that could fill in for one bad player.
Yeah,
I don't think
like-
one bad player is gonna ruin your season.
No, Evgeny Malkin's playing unfucking real right now.
Yeah.
And McKinnon and Makar, like,
Yeah, that's a good tandem.
creaming over them.
Okay, I think we're on to our last segment here. Has Tanner won a second weekly matchup yet?
No.
Is Tanner gonna win another match? Win his second matchup this week?
No.
And has Tanner won a second weekly matchup yet?
It's always the best segment.
Yeah, I love that segment. What happens when he wins a second matchup? Oh, wait, he's not going to.
You know what? The funniest thing too is he's playing like bitch pigeons. Like he's got a chance. He's got a lot better.
He's got
of
a
team.
chance, but I don't.
He's got a lot better of a team now. So hey, we'll give credit where credit's due and shit where shit's due. And he definitely deserves some shit.
We'll give him some credit when he wins a second matchup, and we have to change this segment again. But I don't think we'll be changing it for a while. So.
Yeah, every time we change the numerical value, we'll give Tanner a tiny bit more respect.
Yeah.
Maybe when he becomes relevant, we'll give him full respect.
Yeah. So yeah, hey, wanna wrap this up? I think we've been going pretty long here.
Yeah, we're
A
good.
Good podcast. Hey, can I just want to plug a little content piece I did with Josh Ming. It's called it's about the Catalina wine mixer that happened in the early spring of 2016. Give it a listen on YouTube. It's called Revisiting Catalina. It's good stuff. It'll if you got some time to waste, give it a listen. So just wanted to
Josh
plug.
Ming talking, so good luck.
Yeah, so just wanted to plug that a little bit, but
Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, comments, anything, and you actually listen to this podcast, just go ahead and shout us in the group chat or something.
like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah,
you know the deal.
Yeah, all that bullshit. But we're probably gonna do another survey here soon and get a guest up here. So, fuck it.
Yeah, if you're a guest and you want to hop on the pod,
Yeah, shut up. We're busy. But we might not be able to do podcasts the next couple of weeks here as I'm going to night shift. But we're going to try our best, obviously. I guess I'll work tired for the boys.
yeah, we need to get this content to you savages.
So we'll try to keep going weekly, but we've been doing it every 2 weeks, and I think we need to go back to weekly.
Yeah.
The people are wanting more.
Yeah.
Every time we miss it, the caster texts me, "Where the fuck's the podcast?"
Yeah, I feel bad when we don't hit it up every week. But hey, life gets in the way sometimes, and we're trying for you guys. So
Yeah, we'll do them sooner. So
we'll
they're
get
shorter.
our act together here.
Yeah.
We'll get them on the weekly
We'll
basis.
stop having paying jobs, and we'll
Yeah.
smarten the fuck up for
Yeah.
you boys.
So we owe it to you guys in this great league and our great listeners. So yeah, so thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Now everybody, have you heard? If you're in the game, well, then the stroke's the word.